There is a question that's asked often of fundraisers, and that's my primary job. And that question is, if Huck House wasn't doing the work it does, who would do it? We're the only 24-hour teen shelter in Columbus, so if we weren't doing it, no one would be doing it, and that would mean 500 kids a year sleeping on the streets.
The Huck House actually started on campus. These churches, they were aware that high school students were coming onto campus when they ran away because they could blend in with that population. The churches were responding and helping out with food and clothing, and at one point I think that one of them let kids stay in the basement, but when they came together they decided to form Huckleberry House.
What is the Huckleberry House? Well, most people think of the Huckleberry House as the teen shelter that's located here in Weinland Park, and for 50 years that has been our flagship service. We provide the only teen crisis shelter that's open 24 hours a day for 12 to 17-year-olds. It's the only place a teenager can come when they don't have anywhere else to stay.
I've been going to the Huckleberry House, did everything. They offered programming for kids, services for youth, at a time when they needed it the most.
So there's some serious issues where there's some neglect going on or some abuse going on where it's not safe for them to be at home, and they'll come to the Huckleberry House.
Other options could just be that they're homeless, they don't really have a place to stay, or also they're waiting for a placement too. That could be another reason why youth come to the Huckleberry House sometimes.
We know that the adolescent brain is at a different stage of development than an adult brain. So just where and how the brain processes decisions and choices, reactions to situations is very different. So understanding that makes it easier for us to communicate with young people and to help their parents understand how to communicate with them.
We are very committed to working with the families as well. So, we invite the families to come in. Whatever got the youth and their family to the place that they're at, we want to help kind of figure out what we can do to kind of resolve those issues.
There is one person, she was going from house to house. Mom couldn't really provide for her due to financial reasons. So she was facing some homelessness. She was staying with friends. And at the same time, she was a senior in high school. And in her head, when I graduate, I'm going to college. We've seen her transform in a year from struggling every day, not knowing what she's going to do at school the next day, not even wanting to go to school, to getting a scholarship and right now being enrolled in a university. And she actually stopped by a lot just to update us, and it's really dope seeing somebody change like that, having nothing, almost everything taken away from them, but they still made something out of it now. It's a success story.
The programming and the focus of the Godman Guild and Huckleberry House, that's not exclusive to income, race, gender, any of that. It's people need these services regardless of where you are. So I think these organizations could exist in other neighborhoods and be successful. I think the fact that they've been a fixture in the Weinland Park community has, I view it as the tale of the little boy plugging the crack in the dam with his finger.
So at Huckleberry House, our funding comes from a lot of different places. We had a lot of different government funding. We have private foundations in town who support us, but we really do depend on monetary donations from the communities. But as important as that, a lot of what we call in-kind donations, so donation of stuff. I mean, if you look on our website, we maintain a wish list that we update based on what the programs tell us they need. And then we do have lots of volunteer activities that people can get involved with, and that's also on our website.
I actually started volunteering here when I was 17, just because I was bored. And then learning more about the program and learning more about how needed a place like Huck House is. Similar to what he was saying, if I'm not going to do it, then who will? I want this place to be open and I want this place to run, and they need people to work here, so.
Well, my hopes for Huck House would be that we continue just doing what we do so incredibly well. I think we're really good at counseling. I think we're really good at using a combination of housing and counseling to stabilize lives. And I do think that we're good enough at it that within the next few years, I think we could become a national model. I love that Huck House is located in Weinland Park. It's such a great neighborhood. The neighborhood has always been really welcoming. It's a really active, vibrant community right now, and the support that they give us is just great. It's nice to come to work in a neighborhood, and I think for the young people who come to the shelter, it feels nice to be coming to a neighborhood instead of like an industrial or commercial area. So we're really lucky to be here.